Hi, my name is Allison Forsyth. I'm the COO and Partner of a company called ITP Sport Recreation. First and foremost, thank you for taking the time to watch this short and I hope valuable video. So ITP Sport Recreation, we are partners with Youth on Course, proud partners. You have a golfer in your life who is most likely or soon to be a member of Youth on Course programming. So congratulations also to you for taking this step and making sure this child in your life has an awesome experience with golf. For us here at ITP Sport and Recreation, what we do is we work in a cool field of study and work called Safe Sport. What Safe Sport is fundamentally at its core is a focus on creating healthy, positive, emotional and mental safe environments for children to participate in sport and recreation. This is not always the case, and we also sometimes have to deal with managing cases of abuse and maltreatment. And that's what we're here in partnership with Youth on Course to really work on stopping in the sport and recreational world. So what is safe sport? Safe sport is a way that we can look at forms of maltreatment and abuse in sport. There's been many cases in the media. Myself, I was a victim of sexual abuse in the 90s while training to be an Olympian in the sport of alpine skiing. I managed to make 2 Olympics, and I'm very proud of that. But I did have a very negative experience in sport. So I am very passionate, as everyone is at Youth on Course and ITP Sport, to make sure that participants are safe. So how do we do that? First, I want to share a little bit about the definitions that you need to know when it comes to maltreatment. So when you think about maltreatment, a lot of people go right away to sexual abuse. And yes, this happens and it is devastating and it is rare. As an adult in this child's life, you also need to be mindful of other forms of maltreatment that we see a lot in sport, unfortunately, which are psychological abuse, bullying, emotional abuse, neglect, harassment, and sexual abuse. In these forms of maltreatment, they sometimes are not as easy to see and they're sometimes not as easy to identify, but they do exist. Youth on Course in partnership with us is providing access to all of you to us through Youth on Course. So you can ask questions, we can work with you on potential challenges that you have as the adult in the child's life with Youth on Course programming. We are also going to be working with every partner of Youth on Course, so rest assured that the course that your child will be playing at will also have a great level of education, awareness, and accountability around safe sport practices. It is amazing that Youth on Course is trailblazing in this space, and there's just one key factor of safe sport that I want to really chat with you about today, and that is the stages of grooming. The stages of grooming are so simple, everyone, and why I talk about them all the time is because you need to know what to watch out for. The stages of grooming a child into a form of maltreatment, most common, the stages of grooming lead to sexual abuse. Here are the things you need to watch out for. The first and foremost is favoritism. Never should the child in your life be treated in a personal or overly favorited way by a coach or a person of authority above them. So watch out for the favoritism. The second thing is the personal bond. The child in your life should not be creating any sort of personal bond, texting with, taking rides alone with, or anything of that sort with the adult in their life who's responsible for their golf, or anyone that works around that child. To be honest, that's not you. So be very mindful of the personal bond and do not let that form. They do not have the ability in their brain at that age to know that that is wrong. The third is isolation. So a predator will make sure that that child is taken away from the comfort of their normal environment in order to commit the bad act that they're going to commit. Last but not least, and you just need to be mindful that 85% of children are abused by someone they know in their life. Be careful about complicity. The child could feel like it was their fault. The person that is perpetrating this act will find a way to make that child feel like it is their fault. So there's some negative aspects of safe sport that we need to be aware of, because we're all here to do what we want to do, which is make sure that the child in your life has an incredible experience, both with Youth on Course and in any endeavor they take on when it comes to sport and recreation. So thank you again for your time. I'll leave it at that. We are here for you. We are here for Youth on Course, and we are excited to be in this work.